President Paul, the candidates for degrees have arrived and are in their places. All are gathered for the 2023 commencement of Nazareth College of Rochester. Will you please stand for America the Beautiful, followed by the invocation by Jamie Fazio.
I invite you to use these words to connect with the source where you find inspiration, hope, and joy. Good and gracious God, who we know by many names and experience in many ways, as we gather to recognize the accomplishments of the class of 2023, we give thanks for all who made this day possible. We are especially grateful for the love and sacrifice of parents and families, the dedication and wisdom of faculty, the leadership of administration and the support of staff, the vision of trustees and the generosity of many benefactors, the companionship of friends and the guidance of mentors, and for the countless others whose work is represented here in this space and those joining us remotely, and for all those who could not be here today. We are grateful for Nazareth College, for the legacy of social justice and service put forth by our founders, the Sisters of St. Joseph, and for the opportunities for growth and discovery Nazareth has offered its students for the past 99 years. As our graduates begin the next phase of their lives, may this commencement celebration encourage them to continue living, learning, loving, and serving in a world that desperately needs their gifts, talents, and optimism. We ask this in the name of all that is good and true. Amen. Please be seated.
Good evening. On behalf of the extended Nazareth College community, students, trustees, faculty, staff, the senior leadership team, community partners and neighbors, family and friends, and alumni around the world, it is with deep pride and great joy that I welcome you to this 2023 commencement ceremony. I am pleased to be joined this evening by representatives of our Board of Trustees, by deans, vice presidents, faculty, staff, and our honored student speaker. So many people have worked with great purpose and dedication to get us to this day. And it is very fitting that I start with our faculty and staff. I thank you very, very deeply on behalf of our graduates and the full Nazareth community for investing so passionately in our learning community. I have seen firsthand how deeply you have cared about our students, especially during these last few trying years. You have guided our graduates in discovering their life's purposes, and you have prepared them for their life's work as change makers. And I truly cannot think of a more beautiful gift to our world. Please join me in thanking our faculty and staff. And family and friends, thank you for believing in the power and passion of your loved ones by supporting their inspired choice of Nazareth College and their pursuit of a purposeful life. We are so grateful for your steadfast love and support of our graduates' courageous learning, stretching, growing, and reaching. Thank you so much. Graduates, please join me in thanking our family and friends. And graduates, we are so very grateful for you. Today is a momentous day. For nearly 100 years, Nazareth College has been dedicated to transforming lives and communities near and far through the education of courageous change makers. Our founders, a group of gutsy women in a time strikingly like our current time, saw that our world needed fresh ideas and new kinds of change maker leaders to guide the advancement of society for the good of all. Nearly 100 years later, we celebrate tens of thousands of alumni whose life's work has fueled and fuels social innovation, social progress, and social justice in so many vital ways. Today, you join and are embraced by this inspiring community of change makers. Every year, commencement is a day of reminiscing and looking forward. This year, your commencement is deeper and more powerful than ever, given the exceptional intensity of our collective living and learning experience these last few years. We will be learning and making meaning from this time like no other for the rest of our lives. I remember so clearly addressing the Nazareth community as a presidential candidate in the fall of 2019. A time when many of you were joining the Nazareth community as a new student, or you were preparing to join as a graduate student. I observed then that society was approaching an inflection point, a time that requires us to think differently and innovate, find new ways to move forward. I also observed that, in the face of this inflection point, our founding mission and values are enduring and contemporary strengths that can guide us and help us thrive. I believed then, and I am more than ever convinced now, that Nazareth is the movement our world needs to forge a new path forward that lifts humanity. Little did we all know back in 2019 that within weeks we would be thrust into a once-in-a-century pandemic and years of challenge and change that would rock our core human principles, rights, and goodness, and raise vital questions about how we shall live, work, create, think, communicate, love. Across the globe, people are grappling with this living in this revolutionary turning point time, a time when it has become clear that we are not going back to the way things were, and it is not yet clear what we're going to, what we are becoming. In such an important turning point time, we see far too many people feel rudderless and impotent, driven inside themselves, further and further apart from one another, as if all they can do is wait, in angst and alone, for someone, somewhere, to do something, for something to emerge. Well, today is a reminder, and it is a celebration, that you and I had the presence of mind and heart and the dedication to work for common goodness in our world, to choose Nazareth as the place we would learn and grow, the place we would develop into positive change makers that will do our part in helping reshape our world to be more humane and to thrive. Today is a reminder and a celebration that we are Naz. When the ground is shifting between us, we can remember where we've come from, our Nazareth community, and the enduring values we learned and internalized together. We are not rudderless and impotent. We are not self-centered and passive. We are Naz. We share a sense of personal and collective responsibility and agency to make the world a better place for all. We are grounded in our Nazareth values that lead us to be contemplative, compassionate, connected, creative, and courageous. We choose to be part of the goodness for all. We are the change we wish to see in our world. We are Naz. So as we reflect on and celebrate our time together, we will discover superpowers born from this time in our community, superpowers that we will put to work in bettering our world through our life's work. In the universality of the threat of the coronavirus, we found our interdependence, shared responsibility, and beautiful humanity in caring for one another. In the requirement of separation, we found the power and lifeblood of community. In the absence of the status quo, we innovated and discovered new ways to live, learn, and give. In being pushed to the edges of our patience and coping, we found inner strength. In the extremes of polarization, we recognized the dangers of zero-sum thinking and realized the potential unlocked by honoring each other's dignity. And in the face of profound injustice, we found openings for learning and solidarity and emerged as equity-minded advocates, activists, and leaders for social justice. In challenge after challenge, curveball after curveball, we found that Nazareth College truly is unstoppable, and that unstoppable spirit is now a part of each and every one of us for life. This community, these values, these superpowers are ours forever, because we are Naz. So go out and bring Naz to our world. Share Naz generously and openly with others. And in the spirit of Naz, create inclusive community and belongingness wherever you go. And as alumni, help the next generations find their way to Naz. So this evening, take a deep breath, feel centered, feel the security of this community. You've got this. Do you know why? Because we are Naz. Congratulations. It is truly now my honor and pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Anne McCaffrey, Nazareth class of 1989. Anne is exemplary of Nazareth's mission, values, and vision for changemaker education. Through her life's work, she has been a transformational health care nonprofit and government leader, significantly improving lives and communities throughout Western New York. In her new role as CEO of People Inc., Western New York's largest nonprofit organization, she is dedicating her life's work to supporting people with intellectual and developmental disabilities to participate and succeed in an accepting society. Anne, we are so honored to have you with us to share wisdom with our graduates as they embark upon their life's work. Anne, welcome.
Chairman Drain, Vice Chairman Galena, President Paul, parents, faculty, staff, and to the graduates of the Nazareth College class of 2023, thank you for having me today. Your commencement is the culmination of years of your hard work, and I congratulate each and every one of you on your accomplishment. This is a time of celebration and a time of reflection. 34 years ago this week, I graduated from Nazareth with a degree in my hand and hoped that I could do some good in this world. I feel as blessed today as I did then that I had the incredible opportunity to attend and graduate from Nazareth. I believe that the instruction I received in academics and community service has had a profound impact on my life and has allowed me to serve others, and I hope it has the same for you. Graduates, you have accomplished something only 14% of Americans have achieved. That is obtaining a master's or doctorate degree. I think one of the most important things in life is to be a lifelong learner, and you've already proven that that's important to you as well. I encourage you not to stop here. You've put a lot of time and money and effort into your chosen field, and I hope you have a fulfilling career ahead of you. In addition to your profession, keep reading, keep learning, keep growing. Stay connected to arts, music, sports, and literature. You will continue to find more meaning and more joy in your life. The themes that I want to share today are influence, setbacks, and service. Beginning with influence. We all have the power to influence one another, and I hope that as you leave Nazareth, you consider the impact that you have on those around you, and allow yourself to be influenced by those you respect. I recall one especially memorable discussion I had when I was a student at Nazareth. A senior who had returned from a year abroad was telling me about his experience in France. At the time, I was torn about whether I should spend a semester abroad in France or not. I was really leaning toward staying at Nazareth. My friends and I were having the times of our life, and I couldn't imagine missing out on one semester on campus. This acquaintance emphasized the life-changing experience of a time abroad, the language, the culture, the food, the art, the history. In the course of one conversation, he completely persuaded me to go for it. To this day, I believe that the semester I spent in France changed my life. I grew in humility and in confidence. I gained a greater appreciation for other cultures and languages. It opened my eyes to the larger world and gave me a new perspective, including a lifelong respect for all people. I share this with you as a reminder that we never know the impact of one conversation, one word of inspiration, one message of hope, one dream shared, and the real tangible impact it can have on someone around you. We all have the power to inspire those around us. You don't need to be in a position of authority. You don't have to have an official title. We can all use our voices to lift up each other. Your enthusiasm, your encouragement, your passion may be the catalyst to help those around you in finding more meaning in their lives. I never got a chance to thank this friend for his encouragement as he passed away in his mid-20s, but I will always remember his enthusiasm and the positive influence it had on me, even 35 years later. As you go out and pursue your professional path, I hope that you find rewarding work and success in your chosen field. I also hope that when you face a setback or a disappointment, and you will, we all do, that you persevere and allow that to be a springboard to higher achievement. There's a quote by Confucius that states, "Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." In 2010, after working for almost 20 years in behavioral health in Buffalo, I decided to quit my job and reevaluate my next career move. I'd always been interested in local government, and I wanted to put my skills to use in my hometown. I was monitoring opportunities and saw an opening for a director of community development in my town. I thought this was the job. I thought I had the right experience in development and housing and grants, so I applied. I was convinced I had it all figured out. Needless to say, I was so disappointed when I didn't get an interview. I was beside myself. How could I not even get an interview? I'll admit I'm still a little annoyed about it. Shortly after I thought that was it, the opportunity was gone, and after I got over feeling sorry for myself, I regrouped to see if there was another path to get involved in city government. A few months later, I decided to run for the city council. I won the election, and 2 years later, I was mayor of my city, and the director of community development ended up reporting to me. Life setbacks and disappointments will happen, I assure you. The key is not to give up and not lose hope, but to persevere and forge a new path forward. If I had gotten that interview and that job, I would never have run for office and had the honor to lead my city and have a much greater impact. Sometimes life will take you in a direction you did not plan and could not picture, but you'll never know where it will lead if you let a short-term setback hold you back. Remember to rise up and find your glory. As you venture into your chosen career, whether you're educating students, treating patients, teaching English to speakers of other languages, providing arts or music therapy, or advancing in business, in every one of your chosen professions, there are people who will rely on you. Students, patients, clients, children, people with disabilities, employees, customers, and the most important thing to remember are the people you serve. Yes, you will get distracted with budgets, office politics, new trends, a desire for advancement, but if you always, always keep focused on what is best for those you serve, you will have found true success in a career you can be proud of. Lastly, a bit of reflection on Nazareth. 99 years ago, 5 Sisters of St. Joseph embarked on a bold initiative to open Nazareth College. Think of it, the year was 1924, women had only had the right to vote for a few years, and the country had no idea a Great Depression was imminent. Yet these 5 sisters persevered, and all of us gathered today have benefited. I often think of the statement that to those whom much is given, much is expected. You have all been given an incredible gift, the gift of a Nazareth education. Take this gift and serve the world in your own unique and individual way. Use your influence, persevere through setbacks, and make your focus service to others, and you will have used your gift well. To the class of 2023, enjoy this moment. You've earned it. Congratulations and best wishes. I know I'll be hearing great things about you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anne. It is now my honor to introduce our graduate speaker, Lida Moore. During her graduate student journey, Lida has served as an online teaching English to students of other languages teacher to students from China and Central America. In March, Lida was invited to be a speaker at the New York State Foundations of Education annual conference at the College of Staten Island. She presented her graduate research on teachers in training perspectives on implementing outdoor learning into the curriculum. After completing one student teaching assignment this spring semester at a Rush Henrietta School District's elementary school, Lida is now serving as a long-term substitute English as a new language teacher at Leary Elementary School until the end of this school year. Last week, Lida accepted a full-time position for this fall as an ENL teacher in the district. Congratulations, Lida, and welcome.
We have a secret, just we three, the robin and I and the sweet cherry tree. The bird told the tree, and the tree told me, and nobody knows it but just we three. Of course, the robin knows it best because she built the I shan't tell the rest and laid the four little somethings in it. I'm afraid shall tell it any minute. But if the tree and robin don't peep, I'll try my best to the secret keep. But I know when the baby birds fly about, then the secret will be out. That was Secret by an anonymous author. Good evening, everyone, and congratulations, fellow graduates, to you and your families and friends as you celebrate this extraordinary occasion. Today, I have no secrets, but I'd like to share thoughts about moving on as we take flight, just like those baby robins. I've titled our time together, A Life of Seasons. Seasons to reflect, seasons of resolve, and seasons to rejoice. Seasons to reflect. There's a wonderful neighborhood park where I love to walk in fall, winter, spring, and summer. I'm always amazed at how the trees transform and look so different during each of these 4 seasons. I feel as if I'm in a strange and unfamiliar park as I consider the brilliant fall colors, the bare, sometimes gnarly branches of winter, the buds popping out in spring, and the full, glorious foliage of summer. It reminds me to reflect on all I've experienced, endured, and enjoyed. You see, it was 40 years ago that I walked across a stage like this to accept my bachelor's degree. As I reflect on all the ensuing years, I know that for such a time as this, I was meant to be here now. No matter how many seasons you've seen, each of you, my fellow graduates, are meant to be here now, ready to take flight. I encourage you to leave behind the what-ifs, if-onlys, and why-not me of this social media age and embrace and reflect on your story and your journey. You and I are unique and bring our own singular perspective to the world. Here at Nazareth, we've been trained to be reflective practitioners. Let's take that vision as we go into our professions, ready to focus on the task at hand, but also to reflect on what goes well and what doesn't. Being transformative, being lifelong learners, open to change and new ideas. Remember that secret nest? Taking flight for those baby robins isn't easy, but a process of practice. Not just instinct. They fall out of the nest many times and struggle on their way back up. But eventually, we get to see their glorious grayish-brown orange trail in the sky. That brings us to seasons of resolve. We must just keep going and never give up. Just like those baby robins, no matter the difficulties that come our way, remembering that we are planting seeds in our homes, schools, workplaces, and communities. We may see some seeds burst forth into humongous blooms that everyone praises and gives you likes, but that may not be my story or your story. Our seed planting may never get that kind of recognition. We must quietly plant, tend, and nurture seeds that may grow and flourish forever as mighty oak trees or beautiful blooming perennial flowers. We may never see or enjoy them in their glory years. So our resolve must be to press on, not alone, but in community, encouraging and lifting one another up, to resolve to be fortified and emboldened in carrying on with our one-of-a-kind contribution to this world. That is only your story. Finally, seasons to rejoice. Fellow graduates, don't wait for a big event like this to celebrate. Let's celebrate every day we are given to continue planting seeds and encouraging one another. Like those baby robins we see soaring above, remember, let's keep moving as we take flight. God bless you all. Thank you.
We are now ready for the formal conveying of degrees. You can stand there. I'm going to stand there.
Okay. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Physical Therapy please rise? President Paul, on recommendation of the faculty of the college, I am pleased to present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Physical Therapy, certifying that they have fulfilled all the requirements for the degree and recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the trustees of Nazareth College and the regents of the state of New York, I confer upon these candidates the degree of Doctor of Physical Therapy with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining.
Please hold applause until the entire group has received their degrees.
Ariel Grace Barbagallo.
Nicole Marie Bonsbach.
Victoria Catherine Blasey.
Lauren Ashley Beggy.
Emily Paris Brutsky.
Michael Brown.
Taylor Dane Coughlin.
Kelly Gray Cahoon.
Caitlin M. Dobertin.
Amy Susan Dangelmeyer.
Marissa Ann Dries.
Caitlin Michelle Dowdall.
Taya Gabrielle Useda.
Brennan M. Eldridge.
Addison Lee Freeman.
Kara Kathleen Evans.
Madeline Sophie Gelder.
Brian William Gardner.
Julia Marie Caduas.
Emily Ann Heberger.
John A. Koch.
Shota Kobayashi.
Isabel Ariana Martinez.
Allison Beth Lang.
Joshua Owen McNutt.
Melissa Nicole McMaster.
Catherine Celine Pacey.
Mariel G. Mostello.
Abby L. Petit.
Dominic Anthony Palma.
Kristen Maria Prohaska.
Matthew G. Prindle.
Andrew Reed.
Ashlyn Faith Rains.
Caroline Teresa Samsonic.
Amanda Lorraine Rice.
Alexandra Therese Sylvia.
Erin Marie Shantz.
Sarah Patricia Smith.
Haley M. Scholerman.
Bradley Thomas Swartz.
Caitlin Rose Smith.
Olivia Ann Vaintimaya.
Eric Stombaugh.
Byron Ashad Waddell.
Skyla Jean Zooks.
Megan Gabrielle Wilkie.
Alana Vincenza Viscosi. Ariel Nicole Wiegand. Damian Wright.
Will the candidates receiving the degree of Master of Science in Education please rise?
Woo.
President Paul, on recommendation of the faculty of the college, I am pleased to present the candidates receiving the degree of Master of Science in Education, certifying that they have fulfilled all the requirements for the degree and recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the trustees of Nazareth College and the regents of the state of New York, I confer upon these candidates the degree of Master of Science in Education with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining.
Please hold applause until the entire group has received degrees. Stella Rose Aldridge.
Jennifer McLean Bove.
Dorothy R. Atkin Mapes.
Joseph P. Aldridge.
Julia Butts.
Gianna Marie Arcuri.
Elizabeth Ann Catapano.
Alexandria K. Bolak.
Samwise Levi Cobb.
Jacqueline J. Casciola.
Talia Cruz.
Amanda Klein.
Amanda Duchesneau.
Haley Marie Cronin.
Maris Louise Eck.
Samantha Renee DePerna.
Mackenzie Galosha.
Alyssa Bella Duras.
Mackenzie R. Hart.
Lindsay Ray Fenner.
Jessica Hepner.
Julia Giangrasso.
Madeline Jenkins.
Shane Mackenzie Heller.
Jessica Clem.
Danielle Louise Ike.
Anthony William LaPena.
Gabrielle Lauren Cabot.
Anna Doe Laziski.
Kristen Knapp.
Holly Elizabeth Luke.
Maxfield J. Lother.
Chandana Mighty.
Leanna Nicole Lurkins.
Brenna Kate McSorley.
Anna Mack.
Megan Lee Moran.
Brianna Marie McDermott.
Ashley Olin.
Ryan C. McNally.
Shaylee Barbara Picot.
Jamie Monroe.
Braylon Olivia Saunders.
Cassidy Margaret Nelson.
Megan Sheehan.
Kaya Lonnie Penites.
Sarah Spano.
Lida Helen Moore.
Shannon Kathleen Kenny Vanderlyn.
Jessica Lee Riley.
Kerrigan Lorraine Walters.
Julia Catherine Secor.
Dylan Michael Youngs.
Anna Christine Socha. Catherine Rose Tung. Vilipone M. Van Fila. Michaela Wright. Will the candidates receiving the degree of Master of Science please rise? President Paul, on recommendation of the faculty of the college, I'm pleased to present candidates receiving the degree of Master of Science, certifying that they have fulfilled all the requirements for the degree and recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the trustees of Nazareth College and the regents of the state of New York, I confer upon these candidates the degree of Master of Science with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining.
Please hold applause until the entire group has received their degrees. Cameron Leanne Perez. Isabella Maria Altieri.
Jessica Lynn Armstrong.
Kristen Elizabeth Ald.
Kelsey Erin Bliss.
Sarah Ashley Bauza.
Lydia Adele Brown.
Catherine Rose Cargis.
Gabriella Arena Cosanidi.
Sophie Catherine De Palma.
Madison DiStefano.
Julianne R. Dungana.
Rwanda Douglas.
Madison P. Eberhard.
Rebecca Sarah Ebersol.
Rachel Feltz.
Rachel Mary Louise Freight.
Megan Carey Gamache.
Jennifer Marie Gherkin.
Nancy Garcia.
Olivia G. Griffin.
Ella Gruel.
Emily Rose Guerrera.
Sabrina Haddad.
Brenna Marjorie Hahn.
Michaela Paige Hanlon.
Marissa Marie Holloway.
Olivia Grace Hoopert.
Miranda Elizabeth Hughes.
Britton Fuller Engelhart.
Sarah Kaylee Jameson.
Doyinsula Salabomi Jarvis.
Isabella Amelia Joint.
Joseph Charles Kapfer.
Brianna Faith Kaminsky.
Fallon Olivia Kem.
Emily Catherine Kirch.
Lada Kozaczyk.
Erin Elizabeth Lamar.
Lindsay Nicole Lavica.
Savannah Renee Legg.
Jamie Lissau.
Julie Ann Long.
Devin Elise Lowe.
Rhiannon Brittany Meshuga.
Maya E. Maloof.
Christina Marolf.
Trisha Marie Martin.
Olivia Marie Mazar.
Casierra T. Mercedes Rivera.
Evan V. Michael.
Caroline Elizabeth Mahler.
Megan Elizabeth Norton.
Michael C. O'Hare.
Hannah Sylvia Paduano.
Elena Catherine Parkins.
Maria Petosa.
Zoe Aaron Pelowitz.
Elizabeth Ann Redman.
Glenn Patrick Ramos.
Madison Taylor Robbins.
Sharon Kethlem Redondo Polo.
Daniel Jacob Rothenberg.
Kelly Ann Rolfe.
Leanne Pauline Rousseau.
Casey Bryn Rubin.
Samuel Thomas Smythe.
Jillian Marie Setek.
Emily Kate Suprenin.
Lane Stone.
Emma Christine Sutton.
Abby Marie Zumlos.
Kristen Nicole Thayer.
Michelle Lynn Taylor.
Damaris Reynosa Traverso.
Brianna Marie Tiza.
Mary Rose Utter.
Shane Joseph Updike.
Kyle Richard Wiesinger.
Nicole Margaret Van Stralen.
Christian Heath Winkler.
Caroline Ann Winicki.
Cherish Zakari.
Caitlin Irene Wood. Liliana Genevieve Zaccaro.
Will the candidates receiving the degree of Master of Arts please rise?
We don't have anyone. We still need to award a degree, so carry on.
Okay. President Paul, on recommendation of the faculty of the college, I am pleased to present the candidates receiving the degree of Master of Arts, certifying that they have fulfilled all the requirements for the degree and recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the trustees of Nazareth College and the regents of the state of New York, I confer upon these candidates the degree of Master of Arts with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. And we celebrate them in absentia.
Will the candidates receiving the degree of Master of Social Work please rise? President Paul, on recommendation of the faculty of the college, I'm pleased to present candidates receiving the degree of Master of Social Work, certifying that they have fulfilled all the requirements for the degree and recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the trustees of Nazareth College and the regents of the state of New York, I confer upon these candidates the degree of Master of Social Work with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining.
Please hold applause until the entire group has received degrees.
Rebecca Rose Barrett.
Jessica Karen Bailey.
Susan Karen Boswell.
Morgan Elizabeth Bassett.
Elena Ruth Kraft.
Peyton Aurora Charles.
Scott Joseph DeAnge.
Elizabeth Caitlin Delaney.
Asha Rose Goslin.
Lindsay M. Fink.
Michelle Denise Happy Loyakono.
Nicole Grace.
Lindsay Halverson Hanadi.
Jennifer Lynn Heath.
Tina Ibrahim.
Matthew James Horrocks.
Sarah Bowie Keaton.
Margaret Lynn Kane.
Kelsey McKellar.
Elizabeth Ann Kovacs.
Marshall P. McFarland.
Dory May Latek.
Siri Nina Morton.
Cassandra K. Linder.
Jasmine Sprague.
Julia Mandilk.
Nicole Caroline Todd.
Natalie Teresa McNemy.
Kathleen Michelle Walker.
Emily C. Papa. Rebecca Ramnoth. Carly N. Schuhart. Letitia Thompson. Joseph D. Thomas. And Carly Elizabeth Watson.
Will the candidates receiving the degree of Master of Music please rise? President Paul, on recommendation of the faculty of the college, I am pleased to present the candidates receiving the degree of Master of Music, certifying that they have fulfilled all the requirements for the degree and recommend that the degrees be conferred upon them.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the trustees of Nazareth College and the regents of the state of New York, I confer upon these candidates the degree of Master of Music with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining.
Please hold applause until the entire group has received degrees. Anna Grace Alquist. George Colicio. Joshua Rowlinson.
Graduates, we are so very proud of you and your many accomplishments, and we are excited to see you embrace your life's work as a Nazareth changemaker. And remember, the Nazareth community is yours for life. Congratulations and best wishes. Congratulations.
Would you please rise for the benediction delivered by Julianne Miller?
This is a moment of change, a moment of limitless possibility, the path before you unmapped and unpredictable, seen only in your mind's eye, known only to the rhythm of your heart. Your future not a blank slate or an empty canvas, but a song yet to be written, composed in the echo of the music that came before. This is a moment of change, an end, a beginning, a moment to mark on a journey of growth and self-discovery that has taken twists and turns, but has nevertheless brought you to this place together. This is a moment of change, a time to gather the moments and memories and meanings that carried you this far and hold them close to your heart. Pack them for safekeeping in your soul. This is a moment of change, a moment to bask in the glow of knowledge gained and inspiration sparked, to celebrate questions explored, ideas discovered, communities nurtured, lives enriched. A moment to commemorate this milestone on your path of becoming who you are meant to be, to plant seeds of nourishment and inspiration for those whose journey will follow yours. This is a moment of change, a moment to be grateful for the blessings you have been given, the blessings you have sought and struggled for, the blessings you have stumbled upon, the blessing you have been to this place, to those whose lives you have touched, to those whose stories are bound up with your own, the blessings that we offer you today. May you go from strength to strength. May your eyes shine with the light of your learning. May your soul be lit by the fires of creativity and inspiration. May you carry with you the warm embrace of love and friendship and community. And may you bless all of us with the new world you are destined to create.